Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Danny. And for me, bro, the story time shit, I realized I'll do a story time and something really hurt me. A situation or a person really hurt me. And it's like, you shouldn't do that because people are miserable and they use it as like ammo against you. They weaponize it. But I'm gonna share this information. This story time is gonna be a reflection on myself and the standards I had allowed for myself, which is quite motherfucking embarrassing. The title is not clickbait. It's not. My ex took a shit in my kitchen and then tried to scam me. It's not clickbait at all. Like, this is embarrassing even sharing this, bro. And I tried so hard to excuse his behavior because he is neurodivergent. I try to be very, patient and open-minded with the certain communities as well. I understand there are certain challenges for people. There are just certain obstacles. Sometimes, shit happens. Oh my gosh. But no, like, he was extremely high functioning enough to know, right, wrong in certain cases. Literally studied psychology, literally working in a psych field with like we're not going to get into it, but well, actually we are. But yeah, high functioning enough to know what you're doing, to an extent. I can't speak for you. I can't speak to what you understand and interpret, but okay. Anyways, so I had dropped this, but I must be on a motherfucker's mind because I had checked my bank and why there was a whole charge. So I be using pay in 4 apps like Klarna, Affirm, Zip, whatever they are. There's a whole list where you could pay for stuff in 4 increments. I got the bread for it, but I just like using it. It's like a line of credit. If you ever want to book a vacation or catch a flight, you have it available to you. And yeah, you pay it down. You don't got to worry about it. You use it, etc. Like, I really like those type of apps, whether I got bread or not. Well, actually, no, if you don't have bread, don't use them. But it comes in handy until you do have bread. If you have bread, you just want to split it in 4 at the moment, and you're delusional. You're like, well, I paid less, then you'll enjoy it. So, and again, it's a little line of credit without having the like cons of a credit card. Like, oh, I got to pay every month, the interest is earning, etc. And usually they'll charge like a small fee. Anyways, don't worry about it. So this person, I made a story time on it before. They ended up being problematic. I was going through a problematic time in my life with problematic people, and I did not realize the extent of his abuse until I started. Like, I had to get out of the situation, and I realized I had to get to my own safe space. Life did what it needed to do for me. I got to go to Asia. I got to get my own crib. I'm locked and loaded. I got to be away from the place that it wasn't good for me. And unfortunately, I don't know if it was like that city or people or whatever, because motherfuckers are weird. Unfortunately, not everybody, but it makes me so scared to meet new people. I had met him off of Tinder, and the ordeal I went through for 2 months, like, it was really, really nice until it wasn't. And I was literally taking notes because I was just like, yeah, we were always lit, high, drunk, something like that. So I had to like take notes so I could remember the next day, like, no, he's doing you filthy. So anyways, we had a situation. Let me start with the topic at hand. We had a situation where I was having a mental breakdown. I was in the bathroom of a house. It was me, him, and another occupant in that house. Mental breakdown, going through it, right? I didn't have a car. He had a car. I heard no knocks. I had no music playing, nothing, bro. To my knowledge, if I remember correctly, there was no music. I didn't get no type of text from him saying he needed to use the restroom. He has a vehicle. I do not. Let me repeat this. He has a vehicle. I do not. I'm in the house with 2 other men. He's one of them. And I'm having a mental breakdown because there was some serious shit going on at that time. And he goes and takes a shit in my kitchen, my family's kitchen. It was my family's rental property. He takes a shit in the kitchen and is like wiping his ass and puts it in a plastic bag. I get a message from my parents saying, hey, we need to talk, because they just saw the man I'm seeing shit in their kitchen. And there was a camera up at the time. We didn't realize it was working. Thank goodness it was. Like, I was mad at my fam for a minute because I was like, ew, I didn't know that camera was working. Like, that's kind of weird. And then I was like, well, I'm glad they caught that. And he did admit it to me afterwards. He's like, yeah, I just had to shit in the kitchen. And he told me this story before about how, like, oh yeah, a long time ago when I was a kid, I went to go shit in the bag because somebody used the bathroom. So maybe it was like a trauma response. But I'm like, you ain't even make an effort to get me out the bathroom. And then, like, get in your car and go use the bathroom. Like, what are we actually doing? I don't have a vehicle. You have a vehicle. Get in the car, go to the gas station, take your shit. Like, what? I was going through it, bro. So yeah, I just feel like that wasn't the correct response. But I had left it out because, again, I was like, I didn't know what part might have been like, oh, is the neurodivergence? But you're like cleared to do this, that, and the third, but then suddenly I don't know. Like, you wouldn't do that at work. You wouldn't do that at anybody else's crib. So why'd you come to my crib or my family's crib to do that? Anyways, bro, there's story times everywhere. It's gonna seem messy and stupid. There's a longer one, but I'm not trying to even talk about this anymore. I don't want to bring it up. I just don't care. I don't care. I just wanted to share because people move weird. So anyways, we had paying for hours. We were supposed to go on a trip. He bailed on this big trip at the last minute. He wasted a lot of my money. He decided to offer to take me to where I was flying out, the city I was flying out at the time. He said, I'll drive you up there. I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know, that's whatever, sure. I had a bus ticket. I canceled it. That was my error. He drives me up there. I'm thinking we're going to have some type of closure talk. I'm thinking we're going to have some type of whatever. Ends up pressuring me for sex like crazy that night to the point where I was uncomfortable. Like, I literally said, I'm not going to sleep with you when we get up there. And he like pressured the fuck out of me for sex. Like, I need it. Gross. I kept waking up in the middle of the night uncomfortable because I had money for the trip there. I had all my shit, my cards, my information. All right. Wake up. He ends up packed up early. We had an issue with him going through my stuff, going through my purses, going through my... So again, it's an error on my part because it's like, girl, why'd you accept the ride? And I was like, you know what? I had to go run some errands. I didn't have a car again. So I was like, let me get these things done. And let's try to close off whatever this error was. We're there. He packs up all his stuff with a quickness. I check my cards, my cash. Everything's good. We're good to go. I'm like, oh, okay, this was a harmless interaction. He had joked about robbing people on the way up there. He had joked about some other shit. Like, I just understand mental health and mental issues are a big theme here. And so he left mad early in the morning. I had like begged him to go on the trip at the last minute because I had lost a lot of money on it and we had plans to go. He's like, nope, I'm gonna go drive across this whole thing sounds crazy, I know, but this is real life. He's like, I'm gonna drive across the country instead and go pick up a $2,000 computer instead of going to Asia with you. I'm like, okay, heard. Anyways, I go on this trip. Trip was amazing. Trip was amazing. I had so much fun. I can't wait to get back out there. And it was meant to be without him. So I'm really glad that I went by myself. I probably would have been miserable if he came with me. As soon as I come back, I actually ended up coming back a week early. He didn't know that, but I came back a week early. Just because I was tired of traveling and stuff like that. I haven't even edited that part of the vlog for this channel, but I'll get that up. I ended my trip like a week early. I paid a bunch of money to come back a bit earlier. The week after, I'm getting comfy. I'm getting a new crib. I'm locking in. I'm figuring out where I want to live at, what city I want to move to, where I want to go, where I really want to be. And that's nobody's business. Nobody needs to know whether I'm in Europe, America, or whatever. Okay, don't worry about it, baby. But I'm so glad I'm away from some of the honey. Anyway, so I come back and I get a text. Or no, he added me on like one of my social medias. He added both my accounts on social media. And I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, what do you need? As soon as I come back from this trip, right? Like, oh, you're back in the city, or so he thought. So he's like, yeah, I need help with something. I'm like, and I had reached out before. I'm not gonna lie. I reached out before because I was just sad. The whole situation was just nasty and foul and depressing. And I just needed some type of closure. And he had this like, no, whatever, bye. You like, no, I was like, all right, that's cool, whatever. And like I had wanted to talk, but because of time differences and a whole bunch of stuff, we just never ended up talking. So I come back. I guess he did the same thing. So I think that cancels out in all fairness. But he reached out to me and I left it and I had called. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, no, never mind, don't worry about it. Like hung up in my face real fast. I was like, I guess you just wanted to feel powerful, but whatever. So I went back to minding my business. Tell me why. I think it was a few days ago or whatever. I checked my account and there's a like $100 charge there for a pay in 4 app. Mind you, that charge is times 4. So he authorized some type of $400 payment under my card. This was a new card, mind you, and I didn't activate it till I was about to go on my trip. Meaning that while we spent the night together, he went through my stuff, or I assume, and got that card information and waited months to utilize it and test my account to try to take bread out. Months. Went to Asia, perfectly fine. I do this thing, I don't keep money in my check-ins account. You can go ahead and, he called me a broke bitch before, you can call me that, because I keep money not in my check-ins account, okay? I'd rather transfer, move, whatever. I don't keep bread in my account, bro. I have money, I don't keep money in my accounts. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And so I had moved over something to pay like a credit card for $100, and I transferred from one of my accounts, and I was like, huh, why'd it go into like, I looked and it wasn't there, and it put my account over 0, and I was like, huh? And I was like, I was in the negative? I shouldn't be, I'm not in the negative. And I go back and I looked and they had already taken $100 for something. I'm like, what? So I went to transfer another $100 to pay my credit card, and I was like, I call the company. It was Zip or Quad Pay or whatever, one of those. And I message them and I'm like, can you confirm this is y'all taking this money on my account? The customer service goes, yep, in the chat. I go, okay. Can you let me know if I have a charge like that on my account? They go, nope, there is no charge, no record of that whatsoever. I go, okay. Can you let me know if my card's in association with any other accounts? And they go, what account do you think, what's the name of the account you think it's in association with? So I said his name. They go, yes, we can confirm that card is in association with his account. A card that I had activated after he took me to fly out to the city or whatever. I was like, that's foul, that's disgusting. So anyways, yeah, they basically confirmed like, hey, your new card that got activated. All right, so you waited, you sat on it, you sat there with my card information. I was just like, ew, bro. And it's like, there's so much I could do. I'm able to contact jobs with information I know. I'm able to contact family with texts I have, threats, okay, some serious stuff. And it's like, I had just left it alone. It was a traumatizing part of my life I didn't realize. And because it was sugar-coated with my low-ass standards of like, oh, thank you for buying me this. Oh, thank you for getting me that. Oh, thank you for being sweet to me and really literally studying me to see what I lacked in love and then providing that to me so that I wouldn't notice your abuse. Thank you so much. I've never had that before. So, yeah, I just want to go ahead and throw it out there. Just be really careful with people. It's the fact that you sat and waited is like, what? And I should have known. I should have known because he showed that like he could be really generous, but then he also made jokes about robbing people, robbing his ex. He tried to log into like his ex's accounts with her information. Oh, let me see if her card's still on file. So unfortunately, I was dating a scammer and a shitty person. Sorry, that's not funny. No, it's kind of funny. Yeah, I was dating a scammer. If you once you're not on good terms anymore, I guess it's like whatever goes, and it's like that's just sad. That's just sad. How you gonna waste my money going to Asia? How you gonna abuse me? He tried to normalize like slapping me and spitting on me and like exploiting the fact that I'm submissive and I do have a kink of like, oh, like you know, you could rough me up a little bit, like consensually, safely, okay. But don't bring that into our everyday life. Don't take my kink as a submissive and me liking it a little rough over here and there and take that in real life and start slapping me around and just randomly spitting on me, shit like that. Like, I had to realize the other day, I processed it. I was like, ew, like you really were about to get in a super abusive situation. And I saw something on Twitter, Twitter, that said it was like, be careful of the ones who want to get married and have a baby right away. Honey, now that I have clarity, he was trying to marry me real quick. He would like do things like, what was it? We'd be fucking and he'd be like, give me 3 reasons not to impregnate you. Otherwise, I'm not pulling out like that. And then he would like later be like, oh, you love the danger of it, don't you? You love the dominance. And then I had to think about it. I was like, that's actually not. I was like, that's actually kind of scary. It's actually quite scary. Yikes, jinkies. But yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. Check my accounts, and I was like, the thing is for me, I like to keep my checkings and certain shit low so I can monitor what's coming in and out. I don't like money going missing. So I saw that, I was like, okay. And then I just thought about it. I was like, bro, for somebody who really like, you can look at all the good things you do for somebody, but if you're not going to account for the negatives and how severe the negatives are, you gotta realize that negates the good. You could pick somebody 100,000 million flowers, all right, and the one day you send a freaking bag of cockroaches to their front door, they're probably gonna remember the cockroach incident. Like, all right, scales here, scales. And I wasn't perfect either, but it's just like, damn. So yeah, that's it. Again, mental health was at play. There were some serious issues going on for sure, but I just wanted to share that. Be really careful. I'm really careful with like dating, meeting new people. Your girl don't be on Tinder, because that, honey, what? But that's all I wanted to say. I don't got nothing else to contribute. It was just a not good relationship. I'm in a much happier place, thank goodness. I guess summer's here, and I guess, I don't know, people are bored. But it's just like, go mind your business. And again, neurodivergence, I was trying to be patient, but some things are just not acceptable whatsoever, regardless of mental state or, personality and behavioral matters. So yeah, but that's all I want to say. Thanks for listening. Just a short story time. I'm about to go back to watching I'm binging One Piece, and living my best life. My followers went up and life is just cute and I know better now. So yeah, but thanks for listening, I guess. That's quite embarrassing. That's a really embarrassing story time because it's really a reflection on me and like what I'm willing to put up with. All right, bye. We don't put up with things like that anymore, for the record. All's good, life's good, love life's good, friendship life is good, everything's perfect. I know some people hate to hear that, but yeah, so I did better. But I'll talk to you. Don't mind me, I'm taking out my braids. But by the way, I am blocked on everything and he's blocked on everything on my end. So I guess I'm supposed to go crazy trying to find a way to contact him and be like, oh my God, you're trying to scam me. Give me my money back. I got my bread back. I got 2 vacations planned for the end of this year and I'm extremely happy. So whatever the goal was, shared misery, the scam, etc., I'm good. I'm off it. I'll talk to y'all later. Be careful who you associate with.